Chris, right?
Oh, Simon, hello there.
Arriving in style.
Yeah.
How you doing, man? You all right?
Chris is a comedy producer. He's a script editor, producer, writer. He's a performer himself. Hopefully today's a very good opportunity for him to tutor me one-on-one and fine-tune some stuff. I think definitely with stand-up, I don't think you're necessarily born with it. Some people are, but I think it's also it's a skill that you can learn along the way. I'm definitely going to listen to what he has to say because I'd be a fool not to.
Okay, for an exercise, whenever I contradict you, you accept that contradiction.
Okay, cool.
And then correct yourself as if you've got it wrong.
Yeah.
It's Simon Jenkins.
Thank you very much. I got up this morning at, it's about 10:30 I got up. So no, you're dead right, it's about 11:15 by the end of it, when I actually got out of bed. And I started getting my clothes on.
No, you didn't.
Sorry, no, I stood naked in the lounge for about 10 minutes and I watched the news.
No, you didn't.
So it wasn't the news, it was Teletubbies I was watching, it was Teletubbies. I met up with Sophie and Ellen.
No, you didn't.
No, Sophie and Ellen? Or was it Mark and Jeff? It was Mark and Jeff that I spoke to outside, and they're from my year in drama.
No, they're not.
No, they're a year above me in drama.
No, they're not.
No, because there is no year above me in drama. They're second year drama.
No, they're not.
No, are they first year? I think they're first year.
No, they're not.
They're not at university. Two randoms that I spoke to outside. Never met them before in my life. And usually, if I'm being taught, I'll kind of go in there, goof around for a bit, whereas he came in and he was just like straight to the point.
So what that exercise did is obviously it made you think on your feet. So the danger is that when you've done it a lot and you've really honed some material, it just looks too rehearsed, it looks too much like a performance.
Yeah.
And that starts to turn the audience off. What they want to see is this life, this feeling of spontaneity.
Yeah. I do take direction kind of most days in uni if I'm doing a performance and stuff like that. But in terms of stand-up, it's it's the epitome of kind of a lone performer. So you don't ordinarily have someone directing you.
It's Simon Jenkins.
Thank you very much, Linda. That's incredibly kind. It's lovely to be here in London today. It's absolutely beautiful. My mum rang me on the train here, right, and she said, where are you? Now my mum is dangerously middle class, you know, you're spoken in the audience, she'll be the one wearing fur, right? I've been watching a lot of cookery programmes at the moment. I've learned quite a few things. The main thing I've learned is that Gordon Ramsay is a tosser, right? It's not so much him, I just don't think it's necessary for one man to...
As was reflected in the session, what he's lacking at the moment is something individual. He hasn't found himself. He's found, to quite a good extent, what stand-up is and what it's about, but he hasn't found who he is in a stand-up context. So things to work on, the main sort of issues at the moment in terms of the performance is the pace is completely one note.
Yeah.
It's kind of quite relentless.
I think that's the fundamental point that I got from today is that, you know, become more conversational.
Letting us see you thinking it through and kind of things like what's the best word to use here? That.
Yeah. When Chris was there just kind of talking about like, almost scientific, like the formula of stand-up, it was very interesting to kind of see how you can pick it apart in such detail. But it is really helpful to kind of go back to square one and kind of construct this style or this persona of yourself on stage. Everything he said, I totally agreed with. And some of the ideas he came up with, I can really see working if I work on them enough and then take them onto the stage.